Previously on Sailing Bohemia.
It's now gusting up to 30 knots. We've got a few waves coming over the cockpit and the front of the boat. Heeling like crazy, which means one thing. The galley service is suspended as always.
Crazy windy. 23. We've had worse. Time for the gin and tonic. It was still. That's what I keep telling the first mate. Everything will be just fine tomorrow. We'll have great weather starting tomorrow.
Here we go. 7:30 a.m. ready to roll. Today's a big one. We have about 60-mile hop to the San Blas Islands. We don't want to stop in the first islands because we need to start making our way towards the east. So we will go as far as we can, or as our patience will allow. Here's to a good sail.
Yep, hardly any rest for Bohemia's weary crew this time. We're shooting out to the San Blas because we have a little window before all hell breaks loose out there. And we want to get snugly tucked in behind a nice sheltered reef before that happens. So yeah, just a cup of coffee and a banana and we're going to be on our way.
Galley service at its best again. We're going to be in San Blas probably for about a week because, as Tom mentioned, the weather is getting worse and worse and we need to be waiting for our window to go to Colombia. That's a long one. It's like 2 days sail, 2 days, 2 nights. And just last night it wasn't a nightmare, but it wasn't far off. I was just like thinking, wow, is it going to be 48 hours of upwind sailing? Don't know how I'm gonna feel about that one. I may be walking off mid-ocean again. I'm good at that.
Here we go again. Okay?
Yeah. And here we go. Healing nightmare number 2. And nearly 60 miles of it.
Healing nightmare, aka sailing. It'll be done in no time though. We're gonna fly today, I can already tell. Sheltered anchorage is what's called for tonight though, and a good rest.
I demanded bigger reef this time, so really happy how we got the main set up. Yesterday we left too much main out and it wasn't very pleasant. Today, all good.
Oh my god, that just came out of nowhere. Biggest wave we've ever taken on the bow, and it's just completely different to every other wave that's hit our bow today. Hopefully not a sign of things to come. I'm just glad the new Dodger held up. Didn't really protect us, didn't help us dodge anything, but it's still together in one piece.
It's gone all the way past the minute. Nightmare.
We got a leaking companionway hatch here. I'd say a couple of glassfuls of seawater just landed in the middle of our boat. And guess who's on cleanup duty this time?
I've been already twice. Yeah, whenever we take a massive swell, it just keeps coming in sideways. There's no way to stopping it. And we've taken about 5 ginormous swells. over the dodger, so there's nothing to be done really. It is very, very sporty today, and I'm so glad that we are going today and not tomorrow, because the weather is coming in and it's going to be an absolute disaster for the next week. So I wouldn't want to be doing this passage anytime from tomorrow. Hopefully we can find nice sheltered atoll and just anchor there and hunker down for the next week and relax and get mentally ready for the big passage to Cartagena. It's consistent 23 to 25 knots of wind, and we are going between 6.5 to 7 knots, so pretty much our hull speed. We've got a reef in the main and the jib is all out.
It's a real roller coaster ride today. You just got to strap yourself in and hope for the best. I've lost count of how many waves have spilled over the bow and got us soaking wet in the cockpit. I think we're going to have a freshwater washdown when we arrive. But on a positive note, we're well over halfway, just 20 miles ahead of us. And we can already see some of the atolls appearing in the distance before us. So that's fantastic. We are flying. I think we'll average probably around 6 knots for this journey, which is fantastic for little Bohemia. And I think we're getting used to this upwind sailing luck. Haven't really done any of it since California, and never again since, so it's coming back to us. Once you get used to being heeled over and having your home smashed around by the sea, then it's actually quite pleasant. And I love seeing the miles fall away so quickly. The whole time we've been doing it, we've just been flying. And the crew is doing well. Some of us are getting a bit more rest than others. First mate was complaining about his hands aching from having to hold on in all this healing.
Can't wait to get there. 4 more hours of this. It's exhausting.
It's a hard life, huh? Ooh, nearly slipped. Miles to go. Starting to feel like a long slog, this one.
You could say that again. It's been like this non-stop for about 7.5 hours now. And now we're getting lovely rain, which actually I'm very happy about, because the entire boat, including the cockpit and us, see what I mean, are covered in salt. That was totally staged, this. Should watch my heels, shouldn't I?
I've been telling him for years. Yeah, I'm looking forward to a bit of rain. We both need a good wash down, and the boat has just had more salt over it than it's ever had in its little life, I think.
But yeah, in terms of bumpiness, this has been definitely one of the bumpier rides we've had in the last few years. So glad it's only 12 miles to go.
But what a fun way to travel. Really enjoyed it. And once you get used to having your house tossed around and peeled over 30 degrees, it's like a tin can on the ocean, then it's actually quite fun. Wakey wakey, nearly there. Don't worry, nothing to trim yet. Well, I've been waiting for an elusive waypoint the whole way, and we've just passed it, which is when we just nipped in behind that sheltered reef and got into flat lake-like sailing. Sadly, only another hour to go of this. There's been so many squalls appearing on the horizon literally everywhere you look, but so far, unfortunately for us, we've managed to dodge them all. I think when we get to the anchorage, we should have a good soaking though. We really, really, really need a wash this time. You good?
Last 3 miles and the excitement of the evening. The squall is coming. I've been instructed to monitor the main sheet in case we get a knockdown surge or wind.
It's building! Good job we hit it in the flat water! I think we're going to have to reef something.
What was the wind? Yeah, it's okay. I really do hope it gets us desperate for fresh water in.
I think it will.
Everything is reefed, we are ready for it.
I'm ready for my shower mainly. All good. Those two reefs made things a lot more civilized.
I am so looking forward to the arrival beer today. I'm gonna treasure it, the taste and the coldness of it, after nearly 10 hours of this.
10 hours of what? It's been lovely sailing. I don't know what he's talking about. Well, the captain's going to enjoy a post-arrival beer too, I think. We've earned it today. It's like so much effort and energy just to sit still and hold on to a moving boat all day. Someone fetch the soap. 5 minutes before arrival. Just perfect. Good timing. Thank you, Captain. It's a bit much now. I can feel the salt washing down my face. Finally, the shower I was dreaming of. All the salt's coming off. I'm just flaking it off piece by piece at the moment. 2 days build up there. It's great to be here though. Time for a beer, I think. First mate scurried off down below to the cocktail cabinet. I'm expecting big things. Here we are on Bug Island. This is fast becoming one of our favourite places. We had a nice relaxing day yesterday, recovering from our 100+ miles of beating into the wind, and now we're ready to go out and explore. This is all new for us, new dinghy, new problems of course. How to store the thing. We can't just flip this bigger one up on the transom like we used to do without a second thought with the old one. We have to winch this one out of the water and use some fenders to keep it off the side of the boat at night. The reason we do this is mainly to avoid theft, or to reduce the risk of theft, because now we're worried about someone stealing the expensive new toy that we have. So, you know, we've replaced one set of worries with another.
Yes, I'm a bit sad that the dinghy doesn't fully fit in here, because that actually was one of the things I really loved about the old dinghy. That it kind of felt more secure, that if shit hits the fan and we need to evacuate the boat and not being able to get to the life raft, that the dinghy was here. But you know, it is what it is. We now have a bigger dinghy, so we need to store it in different places.
We can't have our wine costing more than our diesel.
Most of the time, the diesel tastes better.
Special thanks in this episode go to all of our patrons for fueling the captain's new cheap second-mate fund.
Champagne for everyone.
Thank you so much, and here's to you. If you've been enjoying our episodes and want to fuel the first mate's bad behavior in the Caribbean, then follow the link on screen to find out more. See you next time.